Greetings, brothers and sisters. Shalom, assalamu alaikum, ad nastana. This is this is another one of those segments I can't wait to bring you. We haven't done this in a while, and I've never done this with the Loyal Orders, put it that way. But if you recall from previous segments of Points of Light Radio, I fellowshipped with members of various Loyal Orders. These include the Loyal Orange Lodge, the Protestant Knights of Malta, the Royal Black Preceptory, and yes, recently we've featured the Purple Arch chapter, as well as the Loyal True Blues. I love this, right? Now, you know, the members you saw from those organizations were from all over the world, right? Parts of Canada, the United Kingdom, and so on. And I recommend that you revisit those segments, right? But today's segment, we're revisiting the Apprentice Boys of Derry. Now, if you recall, we've covered the Apprentice Boys of Derry on February 27th, 2023, as well as May 27th, 2024. And since we've covered them, I'll only give you a brief insight. The Apprentice Boys of Derry is a Protestant fraternal society that was founded in 1814. That's basically when it was founded. There were preceptories around before that. And it is based in the city of Derry, Northern Ireland. Right now, the Apprentice Boys of Derry aims to commemorate the 1689 siege of Derry, when Catholic King James of England and Ireland laid siege to the walled city of Derry, which was at the time a Protestant stronghold. Right now, to join, one must be Protestant and a believer in the supremacy of Jesus Christ. And when marching, the members wear a crimson collarets to recall the crimson flag flown from the cathedral in Derry during the siege. Now, I'll allow my guests to elaborate further. Now, and the reason I say guests, because like I said, this is part of what I can't wait why I can't wait to bring you this segment, because originally it was only set up to meet one member, but I brought these two gentlemen together that you've seen before on here. The first one is John Knox, chaplain of the Kirkintilloch Baker Branch Club, Apprentice Boys of Derry in Scotland, and Les Graydon is a member of the Brookebourgh Michleburne Club in Northern Ireland. Right now, right. They're both members of multiple orders, but I loved what they had to say about what the Apprentice Boys of Derry means to them. I loved getting them together, right? Members of the old country, it's great to see them here, right? And on that note, let's go hear what these two brothers have to say. And as I always ask you, are you still searching for knowledge? Are you still searching for the light? Then you just trim your lamp and follow me. So, Les, welcome back to Points of Light Radio. I heard
that. It's good to be back.
Yeah, and you're a member of the Apprentice Boys of Derry. What branch or club do you belong to?
I'm a member of the Michleburne Club, the Brookebourgh branch of the Michleburne Club.
Oh, okay.
We're based in County Fermanagh, Northern Ireland.
Okay. And how many? And so that's County Fermanagh.
Yeah,
he'll be here in a minute. I just talked to him. But so first of all, just refamiliarize my listeners and viewers about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm a member of all the loyal orders in Northern Ireland: the Orange, the Black, and the Apprentice Boys. What would I say? I'm a secretary of the Orange Lodge. I'm a chaplain in the Black. I'm just a a lowly member in the Apprentice Boys, but I enjoy them all. You know, it's part of our cultural and heritage that we sort of need to remember and maintain. You
Yeah.
know.
Now, what are the requirements for membership in the Apprentice Boys? Do you have to belong to another loyal order or?
No, it's a standalone organization. You have to be a Protestant, and that's basically a Protestant is the main requirement. You know.
Oh, okay. Now, is there degrees to it?
You know, you join in your local club, and then you have to be finished or to be made. It has to happen inside the walls of the city of Londonderry.
Yeah, like I understand, I know over here in Canada they say that to be a member, you can join, but to be a full member or whatever, a voting member or something of the organization, uh, you you have to go walk the walls of Derry. Like that's one, and that's I think what's keeping it from over here a little bit.
I'm sure it is, but it's the ceremony of going to the city and taking part in that. It's a beautiful thing. It's you know, if I'd recommend for any person to do it and come and see the city and feel the history and the culture. You know, it's all part of the bigger picture. You know.
Hang on, let's have a look here. Guess who's here? John Knox is joining us. So, hey,
Oh,
brother Knox, I got two apprentice boys on the line with me, man. This is good. Hey, now, Mr. Knox, you are a charter member of the Kirkintilloch Branch Club of the Apprentice Boys of Derry. Welcome back. Now, where's that Kirkintilloch Branch Club?
Kirkintilloch is a town just outside Glasgow, to the northeast of Glasgow. I think it's about 6 miles or so outside of the city.
Okay, yeah. And, I understand though, in your case, you're the chaplain of your club. So tell us about your duties as a chaplain, first of all.
My duties as chaplain are to lead the devotional aspects of the meeting. So every meeting is opened with scripture, a reading from scripture. There's also prayer at the opening and closing of every Apprentice Boys meeting. In addition to that, for example, when we are out in parade, when we parade through our hometown, before heading out to the Scottish Amalgamated Rally, for example, we'll parade to our local war memorial in Kirkintilloch, and I lead a service of remembrance for our members. In addition to that, for example, when we had a new club colour, with a King's colour, that we procured just last year, I carried out the dedication ceremony for that. And so things of that nature, anything of a religious or any kind of nature that those would be my duty would be to carry that out.
Now, how long did it take you to reach chaplain? Obviously, you had to walk the walls within a certain amount of time, did you?
Yes, although the rules, as I understand them, are quite. The rules state that you have to walk. You have to go and. It's not so much walk the walls as you have to be made an apprentice boy within the walls.
Oh, okay.
Yes, when you join a branch club, which is the first step that any apprentice boy will take, or any apprentice boy actually outside of Londonderry itself, you'll join a branch club, and they will make you a member of that branch club preparatory to you becoming a full member, which can only be done within the walls of Londonderry. Now, people who actually live in Londonderry can go and join what are called the parent clubs, and those are the 8 central clubs, of which all other clubs of Apprentice Boys of Derry are branches of those 8 parent clubs. So that for those people, it's a slightly different matter. But for everyone else, from Kirkintilloch to Portsmouth to Toronto to Sydney, everyone else, they join their local branch club and then they go to Londonderry. But I have walked the walls on a number of occasions as well. And what happened for myself is I joined the City of Glasgow Campsie Branch Club back in 2008, I believe it was. So I met a number of chaps through the Orange Order and through the band scene, the foot bands, who were members of this particular branch club, which had only been up and going for a year or two at that point itself. So I just missed out on being a charter member of it to some extent. So I joined City of Glasgow and I was there for a number of years and I held a few different positions there. At one point I was actually secretary. In my opinion, I was secretary far too soon. I felt I was a young boy. I was only 18 or 19 years old at that point. And I felt way out of my depth, especially when you're having to. We, as the City of Glasgow, our meeting place was right in the city centre. Our parades went right through the city centre, and you had to deal with the council and everything. And so, for me, I felt I was way out of my depth away back then. But anyway, eventually I did become chaplain there, but in 2013 I left that branch club to go and help found my current branch club, which is Kirkintilloch Baker Branch Club. And what had happened was there was a number of us from that area who were in all different branch clubs all around Scotland. And what we felt is we would actually go to Londonderry in December together. And we were sitting in the airport to come home one December. And someone just said, why do we not have our own branch club? There's enough of us here from all different branch clubs. Why don't we start? And so we began the process of looking into, was it feasible? And then when we found that it was feasible, we decided, well, we're going to make a go of it. We're going to start fundraising. We're going to start planning. And eventually in 2013, in May 2013, we became a branch club. So this year, 2026, is actually our 13th anniversary. And anyone who knows about the Apprentice Boys of Derry will know that that's quite a significant anniversary. The 13. So we have a number of events planned later in the year to celebrate that.
Now tell me about these clubs. First of all, Les, Brother Les, where does your Apprentice Boys of Derry club meet? Where is it, out of an Orange Hall or?
There's the District Orange Hall in Brookebourgh, in the village of Brookebourgh. It's quite a large hall, but we have 100 members, or over maybe 105 members in the club, so we need a big hall.
Whoa.
You know, it's the numbers of the Apprentice Boys seem to be going up everywhere. It seems to be thriving, you know, compared to some of the other organisations. But you know, our club is massive. Last year the club was 80 years old, so they decided they would form a flute band out of the members of the club. It was the first time ever done, and we paraded the streets of Londonderry with our own flute band. We done the Easter Monday parade, we done the shutting of the gates and the opening of the gates, and it was a sight to see an actual band made out of the members of the club, you know. So, and we're striving to do that again next year.
Wow.
You know?
And where does the Kirkintilloch branch club meet, Brother Knox?
We meet in the function room of a local social club Unfortunately, there isn't an Orange Hall in Kirkintilloch. There hasn't been for probably since before the Second World War. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a very friendly establishment. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Now, what are the makeup of your clubs there? First of all, Brother Des or Les, what's the makeup of your club? Young, old, men, like young old fellers?
I mean, there was a real drive on in recent years. The club has expanded massively in the last 10 years, and I would say the majority of them now would be under the age of 30, and most of them
Wow.
maybe around the age of 20, around that age.
I tell you, and especially when you're hanging around, I know as an older guy myself, when you're hanging around uh, younger guys like that, gives you a fresh outlook on life. How about you, Brother Knox? How what's the makeup of yours? Because yours is growing too, right? So
Yes, we're growing. We have more than 50 members now in our branch club. I thought we were doing well, over 100 in that other that branch club. That's absolutely fantastic to hear.
yeah.
But we've a similar story as well, in that we are bringing in new members every single month,
Wow. This is great.
and the majority of them would be younger guys. So guys in their 30s and their 20s. There are older guys as well, and I think we have a good mix of ages.
Now, would you say when these guys are coming in, are they coming in from the street or from other loyal orders?
Some perhaps coming in from other loyal orders. One of the thing I know it's not really to do with the loyal orders, but yet it still seems to be a good recruiting ground for us, is in the local Rangers supporters clubs. I know that might seem a frivolous thing, compared to what the loyal orders are about, but at the end of the day, it works. There's a lot of young guys who they're coming from a background where they are interested in these things, and it just so happens to be a good way to recruit them. So what works.
So now you're both been members for quite some time. What would you say has made the Apprentice Boys special to you? Like just special in a way. What do you love most about it, would we say? Either of you can lead off. Go ahead, brother.
I suppose for me, it's just our club pulls in members from a wide area of the county, and it's just to get together with all these people, that their family, their friends, or people we know through the band scene, and remember something together. Our club, there was 3 brothers murdered in our club in the 1980s,
Mhm.
and it almost put the club off the road. And we have them on the front of our banner, and as well as remembering other things, we remember them and carry them at the front of our parade everywhere we go. And the younger generation can see that and remember it too, so that's part of it.
What would you say, Brother Knox?
For me, that's actually quite a good question. I think for me is perhaps to an extent that you don't get in the Orange institution, for example. You really feel a connection with Londonderry and the siege itself by being a member, because obviously you have to go there at least once, because you walk around those very same walls, and usually, I usually get over this. I think December there was the first year in a long time which I didn't go to Londonderry, and I intend to be there next year.
It was cold.
you take part in the service in St Colum's, which has been going on, which the people who took part in the siege did, and it's been kept on. So you really feel a connection to that history. To me, that is a. I don't know if that's the most special part of the Apprentice Boys TV, but it's definitely a very special part of the Apprentice Boys for me.
Well, brothers, on that note, I want to thank you for your time today. It's been wonderful meeting you guys, and all the best to your Apprentice Boys clubs, and no surrender.
No surrender. Thank you very much.
Wasn't that fun, brothers and sisters? Believe it or not, it was really rather impromptu. Having both gentlemen on here at the same time, both these brothers. But what you saw there was, and you saw these gentlemen before, but that was John Knox, and he's the chaplain of the Kirkintilloch Baker Branch Club of the Apprentice Boys of Derry in Scotland, and Les Graydon was from the Brookebourgh Michleburne Club, Apprentice Boys of Derry in Northern Ireland. Right? And like I said, quite interesting. So, sometimes these interviews I put together, these ones that kind of come together almost spontaneously, is that like this one did, or some of the best interviews I do as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about you, right? And I only just met these two gentlemen. These two brothers. I within the last week or so, right? And we've been talking on Facebook and over the and of course we've had previous interviews with them. But I think this is wonderful. And and here again, what I love most when I get news like this is that both these gentlemen belong to branches of the Apprentice Boys of Derry that are not only growing, but they're attracting newer and younger members, some of whom have never been involved in fraternalism before. Isn't that great? Right? Anyone who's telling you that fraternalism is a dying pastime or whatever, they're wrong. Right? When members really want to help their organizations grow, they can do that. There's a lesson to be gained here. And I love the passion that both men exhibited when I said, what makes the Apprentice Boys special for you? Wasn't that wonderful? You felt that there, what they said, the conviction in it, right? And this is why I swing back and revisit these organizations here on Points of Light Radio as often as I can, because I really want to keep them fresh in your memory. I really do. And there again, I love the fellowship. I really do. Right? So we're going to part ways for now, brothers and sisters. Before I go, I want to remind you, first of all, of the PayPal link you see in the details section of this segment. You can hit on that, make a voluntary donation to the podcast. We will use that to move Points of Light Radio forward. I also want to remind you that this podcast is available on both YouTube and Spreaker. Please share, like, and subscribe when viewing Points of Light Radio on YouTube. I also welcome your comments and input. My Facebook, you can see the link for my Facebook, which is at facebook.com/Points of Light Radio. My X handle is at PO Light Radio. My Bluesky handle is at POLightradio.bsky.social. And you can also see the link to my Spotify channel, right? Brothers and sisters, it's been a pleasure fellowshipping with these two gentlemen and fellowshipping with you today as well. Until we meet again, just step